What's up, guys? It's another day out here. It's a lovely Monday. I'm gonna upload this probably today, so you'll probably see this today. But got another update for you guys. Been out here all weekend. I'm extremely dirty. I don't know if the camera does me justice, but yeah, we got some update for you. Didn't get to film too much because I'm solo out here, and we're getting real close. So let's take a look. So as y'all can tell from the last video, this is not the same engine that was sitting in this corner. This is actually a V30 motor with an auto trans on it, which was in this car. But yesterday I got crack-a-lackin', woke up real early, got started pulling that whole thing out of this car, and finally got it pulled. So here she is in all her glory. We got the new M52, got the iron block in there, 2.8 liter. Did manage to get all the AC lines hooked back up. AC's all in there. Got the whole front clip together. New radiator, new upper line, new lower line. Got the manifold all mounted. Got the injectors all mounted. Rewired the MAF in. This is for boost gauge. Surprisingly, everything lined up perfect from the other car. Our oil cooler lines close perfectly underneath the hood, same spot as before. Crazy enough about this one is the little box here that goes on the back of the headlight. On the other headlights I used to have, it didn't come out like this one did, and also the line is like this far. The other ones were like super short, so you didn't really have anywhere to put it. This one's super long, so I can move it out of the way of the boost piping. But I also ended up just zip tying it here for now until I figure out something better. I'm probably gonna mount it like right here. We'll do the same thing on this side. This guy will come off and I'll mount it probably over here somewhere. And then there'll be a little area for a nice 2-inch or 2.5-inch pipe to go down into the intercooler. And then we can updeuce, I don't know, reduce is the other word, but we'll move that up to a 3-inch and then it'll flow with the rest of the 3-inch here. We're gonna have this all made into one solid pipe. Gonna have a V-band there, all one solid pipe, V-band here, same thing here, V-band there, all the way up to the turbo, V-band there. I'm just tired of basically blowing couplers off, so we're gonna do that. Left the drug bin intact, snuck our breather lines for our catch can right through there. I do plan on taking that washer bottle and somehow fitting it in here, or getting a smaller one and fitting it up here, because that would be nice to have washer fluid to spray off the windshield. But other than that, yeah, this is our update. Pretty much, I think I'm gonna have to remake like these two lines for the AC whenever I go turbo. I know the turbo should sit like right here, but it might just be in the way of those two lines, as well as the manifold being in the way. And I know it's gonna be a little tight getting a downpipe through there with the AC lines, the whole drug pin intact, and a drain and a coolant drain down there, but we're gonna make it work. I need AC, I'm sweating. I'm sweating right now just filming this. So, in all her glory. All right, now let's go check out the inside. So y'all saw the update for the inside last video, but just another little quick update. Got to fix the headliner, of course, saggy headliner like every BMW. But other than that, we got piano black trim up front. We're gonna rewrap the wood and cover that stuff up. I did get the gauges in here. Those are mounted up real nice. Have to get a different boost gauge. Manual swap is 95% complete. Got the shifter, everything all in there. Still got to swap out the cluster with that cluster. The ECU got swapped from the other car. I have yet to do the pedals, but I gotta do pedals, lines for the slave cylinder. Put the fuel pump, transfer the fuel pump over to this car. Now we should be pretty much good. After that, we're just gonna need a little tune and should be good to fire this thing up for the first time. But real quick, I'll go over what to do for an M52 swap. I'll see if I can get some light for you guys real quick and we'll be right back. All right, so we got the light. So normally, I know this is really bad because you can't see, but straight back here, you've got your 2 heater hoses. If you want to keep AC, keep those intact. Your 1 heater hose is going to run factory to the stock. Let's see if I can get that to focus. It's going to go to the stock expansion tank, just like factory, like normal. But then you're going to have 2 ports on your M52 for coolant. You're gonna have one port at the back of the head, just a little round port, comes off the back of the head. Then you're also gonna have this metal line that runs in here, just like this. That metal line has a port here, and then it also has another port up here, and then there's a port on the head. What you wanna do is block the head port off, cut and weld this port that goes to the head, cut and weld that one completely shut. And then you'll take the one that runs here, and you'll run that line with some 5/8 vibrant hose. You're gonna run that all the way down to the very bottom. So the very bottom connector, right down here. What you're gonna wanna do is buy that 5/8 vibrant hose, and then you're gonna wanna cut the end off of one of your stock hoses. So just as you can see on this hose, you wanna get one of your stock hoses, your stock hose for the bottom hose that came out of your car. And you wanna cut the plastic end off. You can just cut the little tab off. Like I just use a Dremel tool, cut it off, pull the line off. Use the part that goes into the expansion tank, put your hose on that, put a hose clamp on it, zip it up, done. That's what you gotta do for cooling. I know I didn't do a good job explaining it. I believe Hell Rock Garage on YouTube does a really good job explaining everything you need to do for an M52 swap. I'm just kind of going over it real quick. The only other thing you gotta do is undo your injector harness and take the intake air temp harness and run it over to this corner if you're running an M50 manifold. You will not use this connector, which went to the Vanos on an M54 car, so you'll not use that. What you'll do is you'll take the DISA, which as you can see that's our DISA plug from the stock factory M54, and you'll run your DISA straight to your Vanos, your single Vanos here. So you may have to extend it. I didn't need to extend it, but you may have to extend it. So that's what you need to do there. And then the only other thing you need to do is take your cylinder head temperature sensor pigtail, which is usually right back here. On an M54 car, the sensor is at the back of the head. On an M52 car, it's actually at the front of the head, right up under about here. So you're gonna need to extend that wire just a little bit, get it to there, and that's about it. That's all you need to do for an M52 swap in an E46. Everything else is plug and play, everything swaps right over. Just make sure you swap all your sensors over, NOx sensors, cam sensors, crank sensor, everything needs to be the same on this car. The only thing that you don't need to swap over is the intake air temp sensor, because you'll need a tune for all this, obviously, if you're doing this. The intake air temp sensor, whether it's an M50 sensor that's in this one, or your M54, which you need a special fitting for it, you can get it tuned for either one, so don't worry about that. My phone's too hot, so the light kicked off. But as far as for your other Vanos connectors, you can just unpeel them from your thermostat and kind of hide them back here. You don't need those as well. You're going to delete those out of the system. Other than that, I believe that's everything that you need to stick an M52 in here. Obviously, you'll need a tune for this to get it running and working, but that's pretty simple. And if you've gone this far, you obviously probably already have a tuner or plan on getting a tune. So only thing I have left to do to this car, I need to get a fuel rail for it. My tuner, he sells fuel rails. I'm gonna get a fuel rail off of him. I need to order my top mount manifold next week, which is gonna take about a month and a half to get here. So it's gonna be quite a while before it gets here. We've already got our turbo. Everything's already ran, our drain lines, our coolant lines, oil lines, everything's ready to go. So just waiting on a manifold. That's about it. Do a couple other little things like swap the fuel pump, swap over the cluster, and that's about it. Got to do a compression test one more time just to make sure, but last time we did it, everything was good across the board. It's just been over a year, so I need to compression test this again, make sure nothing funky's going on in there. And then once we get all that sorted, we'll be here for a first start. So I don't know how much I'm going to be uploading over the next couple of weeks to a month, considering I might be hitting a stopping point until my manifold gets here. Of course, I dropped my keys. But if I do have any updates, I'll make sure I update you guys. And of course, once the manifold gets here and we get everything fitted up and ran, we will be here for a first start and drive and all that fun stuff and tuning and all that good stuff that we've done before. So thanks for watching, guys. Quick little update video. Got this thing pumped out in 2 days. I mean, if I would have done it all from probably 6 a.m. till 10 p.m., I could have done it in a day, but it's hot. I'm sweating. I've gone through like 5 pairs of clothes so far. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Tune in next time on Addicted to Cars. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll be back. We'll be back with some more content. It's gonna be fun. We got some other wheels we're gonna be working on. We'll make some videos on how to refurbish your wheels as well. We got some Style 5 BBSs. So yeah, thanks, guys. Catch you next time.